How to get Atramentum and Nightmare Tatters easily.
Nice and easy.
Before I start, I want to give my biggest thanks to all of you who have supported this channel, especially those who have joined as members. Thank you so much! To get Atramentum and Nightmare Tatters in the Operation Atramentum event or Follie hunt, the method is quite simple. So let's go straight into the build setup that I use. First, for Warframe, you can use your favorite Warframe. But personally, I choose Lavos. Why Lavos? Because Lavos doesn't need energy, and I also like his second ability, File Rush, which lets you dash forward quickly. And for the no formal Lavos Prime build, it looks something like this. For the aura, I use Loot Detector to detect the location of Atramentum and Nightmare Tatters on the minimap. I also use Sure-Footed plus Fortitude for 100% chance to resist knockdown. For Helmet, I use Omamori from Koumei skill for survivability. But if you don't want to use Helmet, that's totally fine. For shards, this is optional, just for QOL. Here, I only use 2 Ember shards for casting speed. Moving on to primary, this is free. You can use your favorite weapon. Here, I use MK1 Braton, but not for damage. I only use it to equip Amalgam Serration for extra movement speed. If you don't have this mode yet and want to get it, you can check out my other video. Next, for secondary, it's also free. You can use your favorite. But make sure to use Amalgam Barrel Diffusion so your rolling becomes faster. You can get it the same way as Amalgam Serration. For melee, I use Predos just for extra parkour velocity. For the build, just equip melee Kerin so when you roll, nearby enemies get a cold effect. For companion, it's also free. You can use your favorite. Personally, I use Oxylus. Why Oxylus? Because Oxylus has the Scan Matter mode, which helps destroy Atramentum balloons automatically. But for Nightmare Tatters, you still need to loot them manually. To get Oxylus, you can buy it from the business in Fortuna. But you need Solaris United Rank 5 first. And for a guide to level it up faster, you can check my video. And for the build, it looks like this. Use Prime Animal Instinct or the normal one to easily detect Atramentum and Nightmare Tatters. For the rest, use Accelerated Deflection, Calculated Redirection, and Enhanced Vitality for companion survivability. Lastly, for Focus School, I use Naramon for extra operator movement speed. But if you already unlock the Waybound skills Mind Step and Farsling, you can use other Focus Schools like Vazarin, whose second ability can group enemies. For Operator Arcanes, I use Magus Cadence for plus 90% movement speed when using Void Sling, and Emergent Savior for survivability. To get Magus Cadence, you can visit Onko in Cetus. Then Eternal Eradicate and Eternal Onslaught for AMP damage and critical chance. And for the Vexoric mode, it looks like this. For the AMP, you can use a 5-4-7 combination. Cantic for Prism, Vat for Scaffold, and Certus for Brace. Okay, now let's move on to the gameplay. The gameplay itself is quite simple. First, set your party to solo mode, and if possible, do it in Steel Path because the rewards are higher. Atramentum gives 5 in normal, while in SP it gives 10. Nightmare Tatters give 3 in normal and 4 in SP. Wait, why should you play on solo mode? Isn't public mode better? The reason is simple. In solo, you only need to deliver the ink to the canvas twice. But in public, you have to do it multiple times, which makes it slower. When the mission starts, press and hold M to show the minimap on the right side of the screen. Here, you will be asked to find 3 canvases. To make it faster, try to complete the one on the first floor first. Why? Because the other 2 canvases are definitely on the second floor and it avoids going back and forth. While searching for canvases or ink, don't forget to check the box icon on the minimap. That indicates the location of Atramentum or Nightmare Tatters. For Atramentum, you can just move around and Oxylus will destroy the balloons automatically. But Nightmare Tatters must be looted manually. There are 3 Nightmare Tatters in each mission, so make sure you don't miss them and always check the minimap. Before picking up the painted, make sure to use Void's Link first to get the plus 90% movement speed buff from Magus Cadence. Because once you pick up the painted, you can't use Void's Link anymore. After finishing the first 4 canvas, canvas C, then you go upstairs. To find canvas B is very easy. If you look at the enemy spawn positions on the minimap, that's where canvas B is located. So just go toward the enemy spawn area to find it. Once you find canvas B, it's better to complete it first, because canvas A is always in the central hall. After finishing canvas B, then move on to canvas A. When working on the last canvas, usually Follie will block the path. You'll be forced to take a detour, and sometimes doors will be locked while carrying painted. To open the door, you just need to shoot 2 ink mire on it. After the mission is done, you can get around 50 to 70 Atramentum and 13 Nightmare Tatters if you get all of them. And to complete 1 Follie Hunt run, it only takes about 2 to 5 minutes. Easy, right? Besides that, Nightmare Tatters can also be obtained from Nightmare missions, but I recommend doing Capture or Exterminate missions because they're faster. To exchange the rewards, just go to any relay and meet NPC aspirant Zorba. For Operation Atramentum rewards, unfortunately there are no arcanes. Only available are cosmetics, skins, statues, and new emotes, unlike previous events that had Eidolon arcanes. For Atramentum itself, you can exchange it for Follie Warframe, Enchaos Weapon, new Tenno, and Chromatic Atramentum for mod appearance design. And that's how I farm Atramentum and Nightmare Tatters easily. If you have a faster method, feel free to share it in the comments. Hope this helps and thanks for watching!